What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy Slick 50 back with another episode of GMT Podcast. I know this one's kind of a bit sporadic. Salute to you 913 Boxer first up in this thing in the comments. Make sure y'all hit the comments. Make sure you hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button if you're new over here. You know what I'm saying? This one, you know what I'm saying, hits near and dear. Now I feel like it needs to be said. I've been watching a whole lot of stuff going on and none of it links together to make any sense. So I strive to come on my platform, as I feel if anybody has a platform, you should be trying to make some sense. Don't just go with the flow of things and it just become, it is what it is. As you see, the title is Impossible Only Applies to Small-Minded People. No, it's people. I put people because I'm going to try my best not to distinguish races. Even though I know probably in a part of this segment I'm going to have to. I see that 913. Bruh. Yeah, you put bro, but we know what you mean for real. The truth is there. But anyway. But peep this, man. This is a own or be owned world. I don't know if you ever heard that saying, own or be owned. That saying has been around for centuries. And we're going to take a step back. That's been around since slavery. Now, when I say slavery, I'm not talking about just American slavery. Slavery was all around the world. We know that, right? And to fast forward to today, it has shifted, right? It's more of mental, right? It's a mental thing. Yes, I do believe there is some sort of white supremacy to a certain standpoint. I don't just believe that it's to when you get to a certain level. Let's say that. And that's for a whole nother subject. Mental slavery today is totally different, bro. Totally different. And it's crazy because you implant the idea and it grows in a person's mind to the point that that person actually believes it. Right? And then that person indoctrinates the next person, such as their son, their daughter. And they grew up and do so on and so on. Right? Now, that's mental slavery. Whether it was implanted by your dad, your mom, or it started with a white man, who gives a damn? Where I'm at with it, when is enough is enough. I see plenty of plenty of successful black men out here. Plenty. Okay. White men, Mexican, every nationality. My problem is, when do you break the cycle of that? Because see, impossible is only impossible to small-minded people, but impossible is not impossible to impossible, right? Your mind creates that word. Everything has evolution. At some standpoint, they're like, we can't do nothing else. But somebody was like, you're crazy. We could push the envelope. I dare to dream big. I see this in people every day. I see it in my 6-year-old. I got a guy that I'm cool as hell with at my gig named Bry. These people you would think would just give up, bro. And they push. They push. My little one, God bless her soul, she got sickle cell. She hurts and I see it, and she push and she push. She rather push than tell you that she need to sit down. She rather push than rather tell you she hurting. That's inspiring to me. So how do I look as a person that has the means to do things, great things, and just screw it over? At that moment, when you realize you just, and you if you screw it over, you just became lowest of the low. When you got a couple dollars in your pocket, right? And say you come from a poor background, a poor family background. At that moment, I'm not saying you owe anybody. You don't owe nothing. You don't owe nothing to your family. I hope you at least take care of your mama, your daddy, and your immediate family, right? But not just by putting money in their hand. By giving them an opportunity. Set something up. So their version of impossible don't seem impossible no more. And be the inspiration that you keep going for. You don't just settle because you get a little bit of change in your pockets. Remember, this is a own or be owned world. Most people that's making six figures is owned by somebody. They could talk all the smack they want, and usually it's to people that they consider lower than them or that's not technically their peers, but they can't say that to their boss. Because then that guy gets to get rid of them. See, that's where ownership come in, bro. I might pat you on your back. Great job. Man, you made XYZ for the company. You get a bonus. Yeah. But guess what? Don't mean nothing. Because you a small thing to a giant. You'll be a fool if you think that person is going to make you disrupt any business, make him lose any business, or tear down his company. So you're very expendable at any point. Own or be owned. Now, at that moment, you have a choice. Is it impossible for me to do what he does? Because 9 times out of 10, you got the game and just ain't ran with it yet. You know the ins and outs. You know what you should be doing. Right? But instead you choose to be owned. So at some standpoint, you got to choose to own. Own yourself. Don't fall for the tricks that you see on TV. Don't fall for none of that. The glitz and glamour. Half these cats make all these millions and can't go jump in a commercial without nobody's permission, bro. All right? They got to ask another cat, can they touch their money? You understand? You don't want to be that. Remember that. You watch sports, they're owned. Owners. Cavaliers have an owner. The Bulls have an owner. Green Bay has an owner. New England has an owner. And he owns every player owner. He may owe them some money, but he owned them. You're not doing no commercial, you're not doing nothing. It's the same thing in the music business, entertainment. What's the word? Perpetuity? You better look it up. I know pretty much everybody watched that Whitney movie. What's my guy name? Clive Davis, I think that was. Perpetuity. She could leave any label she wanted to, but he was forever going to be her manager and get 10% or whatever it was. She was owned by that man. Can't make a move without this man. Can't do nothing without this man say so. Whitney never owned herself. Shit like that pisses me off. As large as Whitney was, the voice that set everything off. They're using her nickname right now to run a TV show. Coined the phrase. She was coined the voice. You know there's a TV show called The Voice. You'll never get another voice like that again, but can't nobody say that voice is theirs. Nobody has ownership over her voice. None of that. Because she was owned. Big as she was, she could have did her own thing. And still so, like MJ did. That's why MJ got so much hate. You better start paying attention to things like that. But it's all right. Hate only applies to you if you're trying to appease those people. I'm going to say it again. Hate only applies to you if you're trying to appease those people. Because when the hate comes, and you trying to appease them, I mean, you care what they saying, right? I don't care. You understand me? I'm from Hustle City, baby. You can't spell hustle without the STL all day. I stand on that. So for me to give a damn what you think about me, you've lost your mind. The goal is to become an opportunity giver. I'm not the person that's going to put a shitload of money in your hand. And I'm not the person that's asking for a whole stack, a bag, or whatever hell you want to call it. I'm the person that just want an opportunity to prove myself. I like to learn. Been there, done that. Work jobs. My thing is that drop that mentality of you think stuff should be given to you, believing in the impossible, XYZ is trying to stop me, this, that, and the third, get up, get out, and do something. That's all it takes. Are you willing, if you want to start a restaurant, right, and you never worked in a restaurant a day in your life, you lost your mind. Go work at some restaurants. Soak up the game. Tell them I got to go to school. Your school there. It's right there. Go get hired. Watch. I did it with a flow business. I ain't go to school for that. And started my own business and still going. Look, it's out there. Take the blinders off. And the biggest misconception that I'm not understanding that about, now this is where I will distinguish just black folks. We are so far deep. And instead of congratulating one another, saluting one another, saying, that's what's up, dog. How'd you do that? We want to hate on one another. And this, and that, and the third. Me personally, I don't give a damn. But just for the sake of this podcast, I'm going to say so. At the end of the day, collaboration is everything. I'm just saying. Suits Polo that make me spruce my vocabulary up. You know what I'm saying? He got people on my trail because I said, what was the word last week? Auspicious, I believe it was. Auspicious. My bad. Auspicious. Yeah, that was the word. Auspicious. You know, you want to be the future. That's what it basically means in a nutshell, right? But at the end of the day, it's not just about being the future. It's what's the grind that you're willing to take to become the future. You can't complain and you ain't put your best foot forward, so to speak. You can't sit there and say somebody supposed to give me something when you ain't even trying to create an opportunity for yourself. Because collaboration is everything. Just think if all black folks ain't gonna never get along, but I'll say this, you don't have to get along to respect another. You don't have to get along to see the opportunity in somebody. We see that in the bad. You got a good runner that's selling dope. Hey, get him over here, man. He got all the connections. You'll do business with a guy if you need to recop. Even you know you don't like him. Because you got to recop, right? It ain't going to stand in the way of money. Why can't we do that with legit business? This is the thing that separates us from other races. You understand me? It separates us from other races without a doubt. They will throw a party and gain investors, right? Black folks will call that begging. No, it's not begging because you get something in return. If you chose to invest in me, you chose to invest in me. Or if it's a startup. You got startups like Kick and all these other platforms. It's a startup. They believe in collaboration. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why a lot of black men say, this is a lonely road, because you turn around and ask your brother, yo, I'm trying to do this and that third. I'm trying to get a board for my podcast like I got right here myself. And they look at me like I'm crazy because I'm trying to do something positive. But go ask yourself, how much money do you how much money do you spend on weed? How much money you spend on liquor, cigarettes, women, dumb stuff in general? And I want y'all, matter of fact, just do that. In a week, if you smoke squares, cigarettes, whatever you want to call them, stogies, Add that up. Then after that, if you drink liquor, beer, whatever, everybody like a beer. I do all day. I'm on one now. Hey, there you go. Salutes. I love that Cardinal Bird hard, ain't it? But look, get back. I digress. Get back. Look, how much you spend on beer in a week, right? Water come out the faucet. I add water in there because you can get water filtered yourself out the faucet, but you don't. You go buy that water too, candy, all of that, and times that by 4 in a month, and then times that by 12. And I dare any one of y'all to tell me you ain't got money to do what you need to do to get ahead. See, this is what we need. This type of dialogue to challenge each other. You can take that money, run a campaign, and help yourself on Kickstarter. Things like that. You know, what's the other one everybody be using for funerals? Because it ain't just for funerals. And I hate that as black folks we condemn it. I can't think of it. It's the most common one. Everybody go on there to raise money for stuff. But what people don't know is that oh my God, that's gonna bother me. What is it? GoFundMe. GoFundMe. Right? It's a platform. I've donated, I'm not gonna lie. Last year alone, I probably donated over $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Over $1,000. Because it's people on there that's just trying to get to work. It's people that really legit want to get to work, bro. That's asking just for $1, $2, $3. If you can't get that up, you's a sapsucker. Like, I'm only talking about the selfish. I'm not talking people who can't afford it. If you, something wrong with you. Because I believe what you put out in the universe gonna come back at you. Right? I read the story. You can tell the fake stuff. And if I got so what? Because that's not what it's about. It's not my job after I give something to count your pockets. If I gave it to you, I gave it to you out the kindness of my heart, and that's all that it means. If you use it for something else, that's on you. And we got that bad, bro. Collaboration is out there. People so quick, and I watched it on platforms on this joint. Okay? On the tool where people was just like, oh man, people use GoFundMe and they just some beggars. No, that's not what it's for. If somebody died, they need to help. Cool. Yeah, they probably should have had a life insurance. But if you grew up in the hood, bruh, that's slim to none. Let's be real about it. You live by the sword, you die by the sword, Jack. Most people are poor. Let's get that out the way, bruh. That's just, I'm being real, bro. But it's there. Can't tell me collaboration don't work. I formed a company with 2 cats that I never met before. And we are damn good friends. So you can't tell me it can't happen. I'm living proof it happened. You can't tell me you can't make decent money, start a business that will fund your next business. You can't tell me that. I refuse to believe in the word impossible because I got too many examples in my life to tell me that stuff is impossible. It just doesn't make sense. Everything I ever put my mind to has happened, has came to fruition. Was it instant? No, it was not instant, but it happened. But I tell you this, you better jump on the page of trying to build something for your family and being more of a leader, not just a breadwinner, a leader. What sense does it make to have all of this money and your family is shit? And what I mean by shit, I mean in turmoil, arguing, bickering with one another, ready to shoot each other. You will have the means to try to construct your family in a way that you can make it all work out for everybody. Give opportunities here. Hey, have a sit down with me. What you want to do in life, bro? I'm willing to invest in that. You know, get everybody on the same page. But instead, you be like, no, I made this money. I ain't worried about them. But you was just sleeping on that couch maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, a year ago. You was just sleeping in with the rats and roaches. You was just doing all of that, bro. That you was, male or female. You was going to the club with them in the same Honda Accord. Then you get yours. You say the hell with them. See how long you keep that. Because, like I said, what a lot of us don't understand is you get that little bit of money, that's all it is. Because once you get to a millionaire status, guess what? All you is rich. And everybody around you, don't matter if he got 22 million and you got $1 million. Guess what? Both of y'all rich. You in the same pool. It don't matter. He gonna look at you just like you look at him. Ain't no above that. So all you gonna do is look down on somebody else. But guess what? That person that's up under you gonna mess around past you because he gonna look at your selfishness and say, I'm not gonna be like that. I am gonna get moving. I am gonna go above that. I am gonna make this last after I die and keep it reoccurring. So all I'm saying is, real talk, don't be that think he know everything. Don't be that who think he's life. You can't be life if you're not willing to help life, help someone prosper. So don't go looking on the outside of your race if you definitely want to help your own. See, I'm not mad at the cycle that white people created because they help their own. Dude, you ain't gotta be rich, bro. They will start a campaign amongst themselves with flyers. Such and such need baseball equipment. We're trying to raise. He's a damn good baseball player, but he just don't. Why we don't do that? Right? Too much pride, dumb shit. And pride really ain't got nothing to do with that because it's just something we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help one another and it don't happen. But the impossible is there because, you want somebody to just be around your misery or it is what it is. I don't know. But I know this. I can't walk that life. I watch my 6-year-old. You know what's amazing? And I use her for example because it's to be 6, to be so, and have to be strong, but do it effortlessly. Help my 9-year-old. My 6-year-old's a sick one. And will go up them stairs. Her legs could be hurting and still be willing to help her 9-year-old sister, bro. Still willing to put hands on you for messing with her 9-year-old sister, bro. How am I supposed to be a failure in any of that? How? So when you walk around as able-bodied, have the means to make life easy for you and yours, and you selfish, and you got people like that ain't able-bodied and still making moves, and think about it. Think about it. How many people out here that are making moves that are sickly and you don't know nothing about it? You know why them people are successful? Because they life shelf is not the same as yours. So if you had to shorten yours, would you be more on the ball? It shouldn't have to be like that, bro. It shouldn't have to be like that, bro. All the complaining, whether you overweight, things like that needs to stop. If you have a goal in mind to contribute to your purpose, I'm telling you right now, stop complaining, do what you got to do. If you overweight, lose the goddamn weight. You know why? Because it's going to add to your shelf life to help you succeed in what you need to do. Quit shifting the blame, bro. Be around like-minded people who want to do what you do. Because I'm going to tell you, it's an on or be on world. You're going to have to shuffle some cards to get where you need to be, so to speak. Until you get that big hand, that big joker, and you can slam it down on everybody. But even then, don't get the big head. You ever played spades with somebody who had the big head? Use that person, they win the first 2 hands, and then you start dominating. Then they get quiet. Then they want to point, it was you. You need to learn how to count your hand. You need to learn how to X, Y, Z. You saw me put this, that. That's how life is, bro. 913 said it best. If you have never actually watched a bucket of crabs, bro, or been to a real seafood store, I implore you to go to one. And go to the crab table, or they'll have them in big barrels, right? And pick one up. You can stick like I don't have a towel in here though, but you can stick a towel in there and he'll clamp on. And the minute you start slowly pulling them out, another crab grab him by the leg. That's not a fake statement. That's real. That saying is real. We got a crab in the barrel mentality. That's where they get that from. Somebody try to make out you want to pull him back down instead of wanting to go with him. And I got money invested in that third. People say they broke. Man, look. So hey, you got to sacrifice somewhere. It's not a game. Like I said, keep thinking them little bit of dollars if you do get some money or something. It ain't. It ain't. Keep thinking because you working for a Fortune 500 company, you done made it. You ain't made it till you own that company because that person ain't got to go to work. Remember, the CEO, CFO, and all them, they still working for somebody else, bro. The guy that owned that ain't doing nothing. He just on the board. So until you reach that, work ain't never done, right? So who are you to slight anybody else then? I keep telling people then you just a person with money at that point because you're still owned by someone. So to revert back what I started this podcast off with, being a own or be owned world, where that mentality come from within slavery. And I know people, Sawwell the champ because he tell the truth. Let me tell you something. He ain't no champion shit. He know his history. He know all of that. And salutes to him. I listen to him to learn. The bottom line is this though. How dare you slight a group of people because they dare to speak up and the other groups did not? Okay? That's where I draw the line. 2, the number one thing, which should have been 1. After all that, because it was the way of the world. All the arguments I hear about slavery, everybody was doing it. Even black people. I don't give a damn. You might be right. But was it right? Was what they were doing to profit, was it right? Because it gave birth to the mentality that everybody is living by right now. Own or be owned. Keep this sector of people here that spend more money than they know just to make themselves feel good. That's the number one equation to make money. Make it look exclusive, and poor people will do anything to make themselves feel good to escape from where they are. Poor people take the most cruises than anybody. It ain't rich people that take all these cruises. You know that? More poor people have been in Hawaii than rich people. It's a mentality thing. So you got to be willing to relinquish the chains, so to speak. Ain't no such thing as impossible. Like I said, think about the sickly folks that are successful. You can look them up. Right? I got one. My little daughter, she's sickle cell. All right? She got SS, not thalassemia, not the easy one. She got the hardcore shit. And I watched this little girl go outside, run up trees, come down, jump down, grab her knee like, damn, that shit hurt, and keep moving. I watch her run downstairs and dare you touch her sister, and I watch her still get her lesson. I watch her do everything. And she keep moving. So I ask you, when you see people like that, my boy Brian, salutes my boy Brian. I think he got Parkinson's, and I never asked. But, he shake a whole lot. But can't nobody do his job better than him. Nobody. So you ask yourself, where do you have room to complain? It's only you that's stopping you, bruh. Help out there. Quit listening to, GoFundMe is this or Kickstarter is begging. Bro, that's what they do. All other races do it. It's about collabing and helping one another. Until we get that in our mentality, I ain't gotta like you to respect you. I can respect your idea. And if it's lucrative, I'm with it, bruh. I don't have to like you. All I have to do is respect you. Everybody's not gonna get along. But how are we gonna get ahead? How are you gonna talk smack? Man, they come up with these businesses. In the first place, they want to put their business in a black neighborhood or a brown neighborhood. Man, Why you ain't trying to get together? Why didn't you buy that building? It was sitting there for 5 years, and why didn't you get your homeboys and try to put your stuff together, man? My credit only 500. Well, it's 6 of y'all. Take a chance. Take a chance. I'm just saying, man. I ain't gonna keep on rambling, man. I appreciate everybody came through, bro. Hey, like I said, man, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. If you're watching over there on Facebook, make sure you give your boy a follow. I think that's what it is over there. Same thing on IG, all that good over there at Slick50 TV on IG. Yo, I'm finna head over to GMT Sports. So if you in sports, come on over to GMT Sports. All right. That's why I'm here right now to cover the fight and UFC. So I am your boy Slick50. I didn't want to hold y'all too long, but remember this, if anything. This is an own to be owned world. Don't be owned, man. All right? Don't get owned, and don't take on that slogan. Own or be owned. Own yourself and become an opportunity giver. All right? Don't look down on nobody. Because remember, you was there, bro. It's the exact thing that fueled you to get where you needed to be. So to look down on the next person that's where you was is asinine. All right? Let's get up out of here, man. Salute to everybody said something in the chat, man. If you like if you like the podcast, man, I need y'all to put a 100 or a fire emoji in the comments below. And like I said, I'm your boy Slick50, man. I'm out of here. Ain't no such thing as impossible. Ain't no such thing I can't do or any of that. Else you wouldn't be here. Deuces.